Hello, hello. I think I'm just going to start. I'm having some issues with the music. It doesn't seem to want to get going, but it doesn't look like my internet is down, so I don't know what the issue is with Pretzel, but we'll give it a second. I think they might be having some issue on their side. I might have to look into seeing if I can get access to the songs offline so that I don't have this issue, because it's happened 2 or 3 times before in the past. It's a little bit annoying. After a while, it does start playing again, but it's just tiresome to wait for it. Um, Okay, let me. Oh, I've got too many windows open now. I don't need this. I need that. And it shows correctly. Let me just make sure that the chat is showing because that might not be. It's going to be hard for me to find that afterwards. Yes, it looks like it is. Okay, perfect. So let's put it like so. So I can see that. And then I should have one of these windows, that one. Perfect, now I can see everything. Ooh, except chat. I will need to see chat. Hi Nitro, thanks for joining. If you feel like just lurking, that's great. Nice to see you. Okay, let us review. Where were we? I've actually not played since I think Friday or something, so I'm a little bit rusty on what I was busy with. Usually looking at my inventory gives me an idea. So we went, oh, okay, now I remember we were mining something because my tools aren't in great shape. Oh yes, okay, so we were building the ice path there, and then we ate all the stuff. This is what was left. The only thing we're missing is the notch apple, so we still have to eat a notch apple. Um, and then we... What did we use the fortune pick on? Oh, right, now I remember. So we made a pathway in the nether to do the subspace, what's that, what's this thing called? Use the nether, subspace bubble. Use the nether to travel 7 kilometers. We did that one. And in the process, we mined a lot of all this stuff with our picks. And that's why we're in this, that's why we don't have any durability on our picks. Now I've got a slight issue because even our elytra is a little bit worn down. We had, we actually flew back. We were hoping to explore and find some bamboo, I think was what I needed. Um, Bamboo is one of the few things that I don't have yet. We didn't find jungle. We found a bunch of other things, but not really a jungle. And there was a village or two, but nothing that we really ended up keeping. So I'm just thinking with these tools, I don't know that I want to go out with the tools like this and then get stuck in a situation. So I think since I need rockets anyway, this is a little bit unfortunate, but I think I might have to. Oh, there's a monster outside. I might have to just spend a little bit of time at the mob farm and use the opportunity to get some gunpowder. Nope. I see what you were trying to do. Okay. You're standing right by my bed. That's super annoying. And then I can basically eat all this other stuff now. So I might as well to get rid of it. Oh wow, cookies give you like no hunger haunches. That's such a terrible food. Maybe if it gives you more saturation, that would make sense. And I don't think you can eat cocoa beans on their own, because I don't think we found that, but I think you just use it to make cookies, so we didn't actually need to find cocoa beans. What's going on with my mouse here? Okay, so let's take everything that we need. We should probably harvest this farm before we go. It is full. We should have probably been harvesting it for a while. Just when we do actually need the emeralds for something, it's going to be better to already have this done. So you can grab the carrots and the potatoes like that. I think potatoes. Oh, they are. No. Don't want to eat the potatoes. Might have to expand that sugarcane farm as well, because that might actually be an easier way to get the emeralds. Either way, I think we're probably going to need... We'll probably need at least a fair amount of iron anyway for any other farms that we make. I think I changed the sensitivity on my mouse. I think that's what's causing this problem. Oh yeah, but that's not... Okay. Let's just put these away for when we need them. Carrots there, potatoes there. We might need more food than this, so let me take something we don't have a lot of and then something that we have a lot of. So I'll take the bread as well. So let's see, if we end up preparing everything, there's a good chance we should have a fair amount of gunpowder. Now there's a slight problem with this farm that makes it not that efficient, so this might actually take a while. I was hoping not to need it too much. I guess what we could do is make a... So I don't really want to make an Enderman farm because it would be useful, but I want to make the gold farm, and when I have the gold farm, that's gonna... Whoops. That's going to have enough, that's going to give us a ton of experience, so we won't need an Enderman farm then. And since we can use the gold as well. Let's see what we have here. Is any of this full yet? No. Except this is full. So that's problematic. Let's just throw what we... can I? Yes, I can. Let's throw it that way. Nope, I need that. Good thing I noticed I did that. Did not want to make another looting 3 sword. See, this is why I say you have to take it easy when you haven't been playing Minecraft for a while. That's the kind of thing that can be really frustrating. I wish there was a different key for throwing the item out of your inventory to the key that you use to throw the thing in your hotbar, because if you misclick the item, so like if I press Q here, it throws that, but if there's nothing there and I press Q, it throws what I have selected. Sure, no problem. Look away. I do the same thing during the day. Okay, so we don't actually need to repair that or this. So I'm just going to keep them aside to try and optimize how much XP goes to repairing things. And then I'm going to put that tool in there as well. And I think we'll probably need to stack some of this. Actually, we're probably going to end up with bones first. I wonder if it's not worthwhile fixing what I think is the problem here. If we're going to repair all our tools, that might actually be beneficial. Oh, that's why everything is going in there, because it needs to go like that. Let's see, okay, so this is repaired as well, which means we can change to the Elytra. Something's going on with my mouse, so it's veering more right than left. I should probably put a AFK fish farm up here. I can get some XP from fishing while I wait for these to spawn. Other thing we can do is, I think we do have a... Now it's veering too far to the left. What the heck is going on? Oh, I didn't put a grindstone here. I thought I had one here already. Yeah, we're gonna need a bunch of XP for this. I think I should go fetch a grindstone and another chest. Do I have a spare grindstone? No, but I should have some chests. Let's see, I can't even remember what the grindstone needs. A stone slab, planks and sticks. Okay, so we don't have any planks here. grindstone with us. Oh, well, here we might as well drop off this excess rotten flesh and gunpowder. And oh, we don't have chest for arrows, but I think we should probably make one. Because we're going to end up with quite a bit of it. So let's just put all the arrows here. There we go, and have some offshoot carrots and things. Sticks. Actually, since we came down, maybe we should take everything we need to make. Let's grab one redstone. I think that's all we need. So redstone. So we need an iron trapdoor. Note block. So I'll grab this again. So let's see, we need note block, iron trapdoor. We also need a heavy-weighted pressure plate, and we need a fence post. But I think that's something we have here. A bucket with water, which we can also get on the way there. And we'll probably need a bunch of hoppers to sure, that'll do. And the bed we don't need because there's one over there. Should be good, I think. Oh, we need to sleep, and then we need some building blocks as well, so I think that should do. Yep. Let me see if I can still remember how to do this off the top of my head. Might just do this too. Oop. Gotcha. That'll do. So let's... Now, of course, I'm probably going to look around and find the grindstone somewhere. Why is it doing that? It's like my mouse pad is dirty or something. So I guess we can put the grindstone. Actually, I want to put it against the side like that so that leave it for now. So let's see if we put the... Let's just use this for some building blocks. I'm gonna put that there. The fence, waterlogged fence log is fence. It's gonna be there. And then we need a hopper here. Oh, actually no. Needs to be like that. Okay, we'll have to move this. I think this needs to be here. Okay. So this is where the fence is going to be. And then the fence is going to be waterlogged. It's going to flow this way. It's going to flow down to here. This is going to have to be the note block, I believe. And we need a block above it because otherwise it's going to make a sound. Okay. And then I believe we can put the... Actually, it's going to have to be higher, surely, because if we stand here... Yes, it needs to be higher. So the note block must be here. Normally everything would be one lower because you would walk straight in, but because I made it so that you'll go one up, I have to adjust it to make that work. And so that's what we're trying to do there. That means the water can flow down here, and we'll probably have to stop the water from going anywhere else by doing that. So you cast against there, it'll open, and then you right click there. Yep, that should work. And then the thing we didn't take was a water bucket or a fishing rod. That's fine. The other thing is that this is underneath this, which means that was silly of me. I have to move it again because this needs sky access, and for it to have sky access it cannot be underneath this thing. I just realized it's all underneath that thing, so what we actually have to do is go out this way. Actually it's all covered, so we'll have to rebuild it out to the side. It's okay, at least we realized it before we started using it and started getting terrible results. And where did I put this? Wow, that Thorn's armor is hectic. Now what we can also do here is pop a chest down, just for now. Okay, so the things we care about is the rotten flesh, gunpowder, the string, and then the bones. I guess we have a use for that. I guess we can put one stack of spider eyes there. And then we've got these. So remove these enchantments just to get some more levels from that. These ones as well. Not the crossbow though, that we need the enchantments on. And then we can get rid of some of these that don't give us anything useful. We might as well combine the bows to save some space. Okay. So the water needs to flow in there, which means the note block needs to be up here. We also need a block above it. And then we need that there, and then means we need a hopper here, which we now don't have. Oh, hi Kawhi, thanks for the host. Did you have a good stream? Were you playing on The Realm, or where were you playing? Welcome, Kawaii and the viewer. Oh, great, that's repaired. That's excellent. So now we just need 2 pickaxes. I guess I can't repair both at the same time this way. So I'll have to just do one at a time. Although now everything should be going to this one pickaxe, so it should be going fairly fast. Where did these... Why do I keep picking these up? I wish I didn't. Now I have to remember where it's going to be. This is going to be the hopper. Above the hopper is the fence, and so these two are going to be the first chests, I guess. Oops, no, that's not what I want. Place it normally. Let go of shift. I was always holding on to shift to not fall, and that's what's causing me to place them funny. So I need the water, and I need another hopper, and I think that's the bulk of it. We also want to just put some light here for now. I'm good. I've had a bit of a funny weekend and Monday, so I didn't stream yesterday because I had to help my sister out with something. She's been having car troubles for a long time, and yeah, that's having your car break down while you're out and about is not great if you're a girl, so I had to just go pick her up where she was and help her get her car somewhere safe and everything. So by the time I got back, it was too late for me to prepare everything. But luckily it wasn't too much of a train smash. Managed to get it all sorted out. I think that's it. So I might as well get... Yeah, she's having... I mean, her car's broken a couple of times, so we keep telling her she needs to do something about it, but... Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have money to, like... I get the inclination where you're like, oh, I don't have money for this right now. But if you have a car that's giving you problems and you don't fix it properly, if you don't spend money on it, it's just going to keep breaking, and it's going to cost you more money in the long run. So we keep telling her to like, you know, fix it properly, have it serviced, have anything that's giving problems, having it replaced or repaired properly. But she always goes, if the mechanic gives her a quote for, you know, 1,500, then she says, oh, what can we do to just make the problem go away for now so I can get to work tomorrow? And it's like, okay, we can spend 300 and do this, but then that's not going to be a proper fix. And she's like, okay, cool, let's do that. So, and then obviously, then she never comes back and does the proper fix, and then it causes a problem again a month later. But I mean, what can you do if a car breaks down? You can't say, you know, okay, I'm gonna leave you where you are and not help you. The water, and I might as well take the fishing rod as well, and I need to make more hoppers. So. Oh, we're really getting to the point where we're running out of our iron now. Let's pop an 8 in there and grab that. Might as well use the experience to mend that. Oh, we got a fair amount of cooked pod, yeah, actually we can use that for food after we finish all the stuff. I guess after the chorus fruit we're not going to eat as food, so might as well not bother with that. The sweet berries, I don't think we kept any anywhere else, so we might as well keep these. I always do that. Put something in the bottom slot of a chest thinking I picked it up, and then I leave it there. I should have brought all these gold things with me. The heavy-weighted pressure plate and the fence we still need to place. And then we've got those there. And what else do we need? Oh, we're waiting for the iron still. This is just regular hardcore. Yeah, I know myself. I mean, I normally play Minecraft on, well, maybe not easy, but normal. I don't even usually play hard. So I thought going ultra hardcore right off the bat is probably pushing it. To be fair, once you get past a certain point, like once you've gotten yourself set up and you've got a supply of a decent regen, it's not that different. You may be carrying 2 stacks of items to keep your health and your hunger up. And then once in a while, when you're doing a raid or something like that, it'll matter. But for the most part, it won't. But that first part, when you're getting settled and you need to survive, like even on hardcore, I struggle a little bit sometimes. Like I think I'm at the point where if I had to start over, I would make it every time. But like in this world, I spawned on this island, and there wasn't enough sheep to make a bed. So obviously third night phantoms came, and I couldn't sleep, and I didn't really have a shelter. I had a small little hut here, and so I had to like kind of cower in my hut to stay away from them, because on hard, like they hit you for quite a bit, especially if you don't have armor yet. So so that was not great. The first 2 or 3 streams, well, maybe the first 2 streams were a little bit rough. But we got through it, and once you get through it, then then it doesn't matter. So it just slows you down at the beginning, I feel, having a bad spawn or something like that. Now, if it was ultra hardcore and I didn't have regen either, because luckily I had the mushrooms there, so I would have had. I mean, it's just luck that there's a dark forest here, right? If this was just a regular forest or something else, I wouldn't have it. But I don't know if there probably wasn't enough oxide daisies here to just keep us going for as long as we would have needed to go. That and the chests we have, and yeah, I think that's everything we need. Oh, actually, yeah, I haven't really like fleshed it out. I just built a really big building, so that I have enough space for everything. Like, this is my original cow farm, and I just haven't moved it yet. Like, they're still here. I need some more leather for item frames and stuff, but I don't need it. I don't need the food, so I haven't made the effort to make a little pathway out here and to just lead them out, which I have to do at some point. And I just made the roof and everything so that I have spaces that I can separate. I can put my enchanting station here and put all other stuff. But I've just been kind of focusing on the advancements a little bit. So I haven't felt like I wanted to build too much because, as you know, in hardcore, when you die and it's all gone and you spend most of your time building, you lose everything. But if you just made progress, then, you start over and you make more progress. Elytra. Let's see if we can do this. I still struggle a little bit with the takeoff. Should be able to get up in one. Nope. I guess not. That's higher than I wanted to go. Okay. Still getting used to the Elytra. I'm used to Creative Light from like modded. Okay. So I think I've got everything I need to do this right now, if I remember correctly. So we put that there. We put the fence. Oh, and I remember now that the fence does weird things when it's connected to something. So what we'll do is we'll waterlog it. should run that way. We can put the pressure plate on. That should, there you go. Now if we remove this, let me just make sure. Yes, if we remove it, it's not going to mess up that water flow. Having it exposed is a little bit annoying because it pulls you in a lot of the time. Ah, that's the thing that we forgot to bring. We didn't bring the... So that should open it, and then we should see that. Yes, okay. So we should be able to stand here. Now let's cover this, just because... I don't know if this... So did we get it on exactly the right block? Yes, this block is definitely open to the sky. Looks... Oh, that's annoying. Let's open it. What? There you go. Yeah, that pulling us in is quite annoying, actually. I'll have to find a convenient way to stop that from happening. We don't actually want that to connect there, but I guess it's fine. And I think for consistency we'll just connect that up there. And we'll need some torches as well, I think, so that things don't spawn here. This one will need a torch as well. For now we'll just cover it like that. So we obviously can't stand that close because it's going to stay open, but if we stand here, we should be able to fish there. We will be exposed though, so we will need more blocks. That recipe isn't a thing in vanilla, which is a pity. Oops, he wanted to explode. Don't explode in my face. Don't clip that. What do we got? We got these ones. Not a huge fan of the guys with the golden armor. Okay, so if we bring a... the pity we can't see what's going on there. If we bring a fishing rod, then we can stand here. It sounds like they spawn fairly decently. Yeah, I think this is actually probably a better spot to stand for spawning than right outside there. What do we still have to? We have the pickaxes to do. And that's about it, actually. How are we doing for gunpowder? I wonder if the best way to do this is not maybe to reposition the hoppers. That can go like that, and this can go like that. Okay, let's go grab those hoppers. Can't be wasting hoppers now. Hoppers are very, very valuable. Until you have an iron farm and then they're just like garbage. Okay. Ooh, how are we gonna get that one? I don't want to break the chest. Okay, this is how we're gonna do it. Nope. Okay, fine. Fine, making me jump up there. get it, I will get it. And put it back. There you go. So I don't want to put the hoppers, well, let me think now. I don't want them to go straight into here because I don't want them to start filling this up. I want them to go down first. And in order to do that, I need to do that and that. And then the hopper that's important is the middle one because that's the one that I can't pick up. And then if I've got extra chests, let me just swipe a little bit here since there's a bunch of them. Let's see. If we have extra chests like so, oh, at least like so. We should be able to pop some in here like that, and that, and that. Now they should end up going in the bottom chest eventually, and then we just need to feed. I guess we can start from this side. Like that. Oh, we'll have to get more so that it covers all three. But the problem with this is you end up with everything filling up from the bottom, and you can't do this where you like sort them. So we'll have to put this stuff in the bottom. But it doesn't matter if you try to do this because as soon as 5 of these things come through, they clog up the bottom hopper. And then everything just comes like in these half stacks, right? You get like 10 of an item, but then nothing gets through to it, so it takes up a slot. So you really have to do the proper sorting system where it goes down and then out in a direction, and then you have the hoppers, each hopper filtering it. Which I always plan to make in these hardcore runs. But once you get to the point where you have all the iron and stuff to do this, you're so far in that you'd rather just finish the run than build all this complicated stuff. Or at least that's what I've found so far. Okay, so the thing we wanted here was to repair our tools and get gunpowder. We seem to get very little gunpowder from this at the moment. That's partly, well, we're getting very little drops because of the spawn rates being so low. I made a mistake when I built this because I built more or less the same thing in my previous world. But the mistake I made here is these spawning platforms are slabs. I thought I'd save some materials. And on the corners here, this is where the walls are for the water that flushes them. Oh, it doesn't flush them; they just walk into it. There's trapdoors along the sides here, and for some reason I assumed that light wouldn't go through the trapdoors, and obviously they do now. So I think it's one of those weird things where you expect a trapdoor like this not to let light through because it looks solid. But if you remember that the oak trapdoors aren't solid, and so they let light through, and so it's the same. I think it's the same logic for both of them. And that's where it's kind of tricky. I don't think the light code doesn't know that this is a spruce trapdoor as opposed to oak trapdoor, and they look different, and therefore they let light through. So what I should have just done is just made these full blocks so that the trapdoors are against full blocks anyway. It would have taken me more wood and would have taken me longer to build this thing, but it would have worked much faster, so it would have been worth the extra time farming wood. The Silk Touch pick is the one that I'm more worried about repairing. And you'd think, although I'm not 100% sure that that's the issue though, because when it becomes nighttime, light coming in from the side shouldn't be an issue. So it's very hard to determine. But before I built the same thing, and it was working much faster. Yeah, I've always said so. In modded, they have some mods have their version of like a redstone lamp that's usually not so stylized to blend in a little bit better with builds. So the problem with the redstone lamp is it has that. If I can show you here. Oh, I don't think I've had all the stuff together to make it, and I don't think I've ever made one. But it has a pattern on it that looks kind of funky. It's hard to blend in with other blocks. So most mods add a lamp that's a little bit more plain, more like a sea lantern. And they tend to also, a lot of them like, I don't know if extra utils has it, but I know a few of them have like the lamps in all 16 colors. And it looks pretty cool, but I mean, obviously the even better thing would be if it affected the lighting. So, you know, if the light that it emitted was actually that color. But I think for that you would need Forge and Optifine and dynamic lighting and everything. And then you probably could do it. I think it would look really cool. I mean, obviously it wouldn't necessarily affect like the spawning mechanics and stuff, right? With the dynamic lighting, which allows you to make like some pretty cool things. Like I think they should have like a way to make something look dark, so just so that you can make it more moody, but not have things spawn, right? So like, yeah, sure, okay, you can put carpets on everything to stop spawns and whatever. But I mean, that's why modded is so popular, because you can make something look good or make it look the way you want it to, and then you put like a feral lantern or you put something up that stops spawns in that area without, you know, just flooding it with light. Because if you want to make a build that like looks like, you know, maybe like a stylized cave or like a, you know, a pirate cave where you want to keep your treasure and stuff. Like, you don't want it to be super light. You want it to still look like a cave, like moody. But you don't want there to be mobs there every time you go there. .12. We have some. We don't have a ton of crops. I think bones is going to be a problem because we're not really using bones for much. Might have to set up a micro farm. Yeah, I think my computer will probably handle it, but I find it easier to just run Minecraft the way it is. For a couple of reasons, but mostly because if people watch, they know what everything is, right? Like, you know that this is a fence and this is stone bricks and this is a spruce trapdoor. Shaders and stuff looks good, but it's quite a mission to set up. I mean, I'm a technical user, so you know I can manage it, but the average person, I feel, and Button has said the same thing. He said that like he likes shaders, but with the recent kind of like resurgence of people like watching Minecraft, there's a whole bunch of people that are like, oh, people are talking about Minecraft again. Let's see what's changed, and they come back after a long time, and then there's shaders and stuff, and they're like, oh, okay, is this what Minecraft looks like now, or whatever. And then maybe they go and buy it again, or whatever, and then once they install, they realize, oh, wait, that's not what I saw. Also, I've watched quite a lot of other Minecrafters, and I don't know what it is, but especially some people use resource packs that just tweak a couple of things, and some of it just makes it more legible, right? So like Mumbo, for example, does a lot of Mumbo Jumbo does a lot of redstone stuff, and he has the texture pack that puts the arrows on the hoppers and the clear lines for the redstone. I mean, sure, it helps him, but it also makes it much more clearer to viewers what he's busy doing, and it's very useful. But when people use like Sphax or something, which like stylizes everything, right, makes everything look different. When I get to if I watch a YouTube series or a stream and it's everything looks completely different, I actually stop watching generally, unless it's a streamer or a YouTuber that I'm familiar with and I watch a bunch of the other stuff, then I might stick it out. But for the most part, I don't want to be playing Minecraft and it looks like this, and then I watch the streamer and it looks different. And then I play in Minecraft and it looks like this, and then I watch the streamer and it looks different. Like it does my brain in to keep mapping textures to blocks the whole time. Now, most viewers maybe don't feel that way, but because I do, I just kind of made that decision that it's easier. Man, this mob farm is slow. Normally what I would do is I would just AFK. Oh, I can actually remove that. That would make it go faster. I should have done that earlier. I would just AFK fish in between streams just to not have this happen on a stream. Yeah, so I mean, like, so I played a lot of modded, and I like, because I don't have a lot of time to play, I like that in modded I can get through a mod pack in like, 2-3 weeks or whatever. The progressions can kind of speed up if you do it right. And so if you watch somebody play through a mod pack and you kind of know what the progression is, you can play through it pretty quickly yourself. And even if you don't finish it, if you just play for a week, you get pretty far usually. Vanilla, I mean, I guess you could also finish vanilla in a week, but it's, you're going to do much less. Most of the things that you do that's useful in vanilla takes quite long because you have to figure it out, you have to gather the resources. In modded, there's often ways to get resources faster, which, for a lot of people probably feels like cheating, but it's just a way for me to be able to get through it. Vanilla, I haven't really played much vanilla at all really since a long time ago, man. I mean, I'm doing the beta days. And it's much better now. There's more to do. And over all the releases they've made, it's basically the bugs that make Minecraft interesting if you think about it. Like, most of the farms exist because of some redstone bug or some block update bug or something like that. And most serious Minecraft players kind of know all the farms and set most of them up during the course of a playthrough. Like, there's the occasional thing that's just it works the way it's meant to work. Like, Enderman farm pretty much works the way it's supposed to work. There's no bugs or whatever there. But there is some exploitation of game mechanics there by trapping the shulker and having all the Endermen go to one spot. Like, that's not really how the game is meant to be played. But yet, if you don't do that, if you don't do anything like that, you don't do any AFK fishing, you don't do any kind of mob farms, you don't do, like, if you just rely on the spawners and like the dungeons as your like renewable XP source, and then Minecraft becomes kind of dull because that's where you're going to spend most of your time repairing your equipment. But now if you add all those things in where you can like make something that's considered to be like overpowered, but it requires a lot of work to set it up, right? Like, I think that zombie pigman farm in the nether above bedrock is an amazing thing because it repairs your tools basically faster than you can absorb the XP, and it gives you a fair amount of gold as well, and it's continuous. so you don't have to interact with it. Like it's so great. But it's not like you can just go there and get one, right? Like it requires prep. You have to build it. It's dangerous. It takes a while. So it pays itself back if you play for a long time. And that's where the vanilla, I think, shines. Since 112 or whatever, vanilla is starting to become much more appealing for a lot more people because now it has these goals that are not the advancements, right? Before, the advancements that they had was really basic. It was basically just a way to tell you how to finish the game. It was like, here's the progression. You get there, and then you get, and so forth. They've added more interesting ones now as they've added, the illagers and the different weapons and some of the other stuff. Like more, as they add more animals, well, they haven't really done too much, but with the update aquatic, they added like the tactical fishing and that stuff. And it gives you kind of more to do, but I don't think people in general play to get the advancements, which is what a lot of people do in most other games. Well, I wouldn't say most other games, but in a lot of other games, like you finish it, that's the primary goal, and the secondary goal might be to get all the advancements. In Minecraft, sure, people do that, but getting the advancements in themselves have never been that interesting, at least not in normal mode, right? Because you play long, if you play in normal mode, you play long enough, I think everybody would get them, right? Except for the hidden ones. Some of the hidden ones, you would have no reason to get. Like this, what's this one that Chaos and I always complain about? The Nether, this Uneasy Alliance, right? I don't see why anybody would ever do this in a normal playthrough other than to get the advancement. Like if this advancement didn't exist, I don't think anybody would bring Ghast into the overworld. The only reason that I can see for somebody to do that is if they want to make a hitbox farm. Right? If you want to make a mob spawner that spawns mobs and then you move the Ghasts around to knock them into the kill chamber. Like, that's kind of the only useful thing of having a Ghast in the overworld, but there's way easier ways to get an overworld mob farm than bringing Ghasts into the overworld. Yeah, building, so, I mean, that's probably the part of Minecraft that I won't say I enjoy the least, but I do the least because I practically know that I'm going to abandon every world that I've ever played in. So I try not to like make too many pretty things because I know I'm just going to have it disappear. Yeah, that one's, I mean, I get how that would happen, right? If you go into those towers and then they keep hitting you. Like, you're supposed to like knock the shulker bullets, but if you miss them enough times, then you get the advancement. Yeah, I think building is one of those things where I think the has this music still not started? What is going on with this? It's been off the whole thing. My internet is definitely working because I'm streaming. Okay, there it goes. The better you build, I think the more you enjoy it. And then obviously the more you enjoy it, the more you build, so the better you build. So there's kind of like a recursive thing there. I've just never like this is like the prettiest thing I can build is just like a box with a roof on. Like actually I haven't even put the roof on yet, but it's just like a big rectangular box and some stairs. Like that's the prettiest thing I'll ever build. I built in my previous world when I built this mob farm, I built it in a desert, so I built it from sandstone, and I used the nice creeper face blocks every 3 blocks up on the 4 sides and everything. And then after I died and lost that world, I was just kind of like, I feel bad that I made that look as nice as it did. And so now it's just like, okay, what I'll do is I'll finish the run, finish the 100%, and then I'll start to build like nice things. Because then at least if I lose it, I won't feel so bad, because at least I did what I wanted to do. Okay, I think my tools are probably good enough for now. So I'm gonna take this and that. Oh, what? This is shot still. And let's see if we can make some space here with this stuff. This has an enchantment on it. And then should be able to... I'm actually just going to chuck all the stuff in here. The one thing I will want is all the gunpowder. Which there should be some more in here. Should probably also take this stuff and put it in the bottom so that it... Well, actually these things we have chests for. So we can take all of that with us. The arrows we don't need, so we need to keep one. This stuff can all go in here. Bones, string. That we can also take, even the potatoes we can take. And then we have our elytra on. So let's make sure that there's enough light on that. Yes. Okay. Do I not have my feather falling? I do. That's weird. Okay, let's pack this away, and then I think what we need is... one of the things I went looking for before was bamboo, and I didn't find it, unfortunately. But we should have a ton of gunpowder now. Well, not a ton, but we have more gunpowder now. Let's see, we should even have 2 stacks, a couple of stacks extra here. Let's just do that. Let's get rid of everything that we can. That one can also go. And then I think there's... Oh, we didn't spend that much time there. It just felt like forever because we weren't doing anything. There should be sugar in here, which means should be able to make paper. And then I'm not actually sure if it's better to go flight duration 3 or if it's better to go make more rockets with a lower duration, but I think I'm just gonna go for 3 just because it's space efficient. I guess I'll do it like that. I want to have a stack on me. That should give us plenty to get where we're going. What else did I have here? Gunpowder I can put away. Oh, I wanted to put this away. Can smelt that all down later. Don't really need that right now. I'm also going to put the chests here because I don't think I need any more of those right now. Might need to make more hoppers later, but I'll do that the next time I need to use that mob farm. So we've got the elytra, we've got some fireworks. I'll leave the stone slabs behind. I need to just get a sense of Ooh, where can we put? Guess that should go there. And I also missed that because this is supposed to be there. And it's probably a good idea to take some more food, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this in my... every time I go, I'll take a different food item here and just use it up because I want to use it up eventually. But it should be starting to be night now. So I think what we'll do is we'll go looking for a jungle. I want to get an idea of what we need to... This is all raw. I guess we can trade some of these puffer fish with him because his cooldown for puffer fish can take quite a while. I should have actually done this. Let's take the raw cod. I don't think he will have enough for any of those trades. Is there more? Yes, there is. Might as well get the repair on the pickaxes. I actually think this cleric's trade hasn't been improved yet, which is why I've been leaving the rotten flesh in there. One of them takes paper. This guy takes paper, but I want to keep my paper for rockets in the meantime. Have these gone? Oh no, they're just still busy going down. Let's take these three. The music does seem to stop in between tracks. I think there's something going on their side. I have to stand right against him to get there. I'm just looking at this pickaxe, which is the one I'm holding. Okay. Oh, there should also be emeralds. Okay. That should be enough admin for now. We can sleep. So I've kind of gone in a couple of different directions. I've gone due west. Why does west? I've gone northeast, and I've gone south through the nether. So we went northeast when we were looking for the woodland mansion. We went west initially when we found the first land to get our crops and stuff, and then we went south through the nether. So I guess I'll try just going either straight north or east. I haven't seen a jungle anywhere. One thing that I keep telling myself to do when I do go exploring is to take raw fish with me, and now I have run out of it. I think the stray cats in the villages take... Yeah, I think they take raw cod. But now, unfortunately, we don't have a lot. Or salmon, I think, but... I guess I'll take the raw cod with me. I think I cooked a bunch of it up at some point. So... Oh, the farm is ready again. Just make sure I've got everything. I've got the other silk touches, that one. Oh, what I should actually do is compass. Compass. Do I have one in my... Best thing would be to have one in here, and then I don't have to worry about it until it's time to come back. Oh, I think I did this the wrong way around. I think it's 4 and 1, not 1 and 4. So I'm not going to carry it with me when I'm going, but when I come back I'll just use that, because spawn is just on this island here. It's basically right around the corner there. So if I just follow that back, I should get here. And I recognize this island fairly easily, so once I get close to this island, I'll know where I am. And so what we're looking for is... let me just actually make a list, right? So we don't have... What do we need? We need bamboo for scaffolding for some of the building projects that we want to do. We needed melon, but we got that last time. We needed this for food, to eat everything. We found that, so we can make pumpkin and melon farms now technically if we needed to. We need some pumpkins for iron golems and stuff later, but I think I'll make iron golems for my gold farm in the nether, to draw the magma cubes away. So you need to draw the magma cubes away to improve the spawn rates anyway. So I'll be making them for that. So once I do that, I think we should be good. So I think, oh, actually, I did go east once, so I remember now. So let's do this. I'm actually going to go in that mode, because that allows me to not have to look down so much. So there's plenty of dark forest here, so if this was a hardcore thing, I would have probably gotten in a boat and went around, and then once I found this, I would have probably built there. See birch forest on that side. Mountains. Actually thinking maybe I should... what is this, on 32? Okay, that's fine. It's already kind of at maximum size. And normally I would just go straight, because then it's easier to find my way back. But I guess since we have the compass, it's not that much of an issue. We can kind of go in any direction. The one advantage to going straight is if we need to find it again, we'll know. We can just go north. So there's a swamp. But we've actually found plenty of swamps. There's swamps west, there's swamps east, there's swamps north as well. So the one thing we don't need is a swamp. There seems to be forest everywhere. I'm not sure if you, for the advancement to get every biome, if you need to get some of the rarer ones, like the coral reef isn't a biome per se, it just shows up in warm oceans, I think. But some of those, and like the mushroom, what's called mushroom fields biome, which used to be the mushroom islands. Ooh, this is a nice. I like these savanna plateaus. It's nice to build a base in them, and then. You know what I have no idea what to breed these. You need, what do you? They take wheat, I'm guessing. I have to make a list of all the things that I need to use to breed animals with, and then bring it with me. Oops. I should probably use my rocket if I want to fly. Let me get rid of the shield because that makes it hard to see. It's quite frustrating sometimes when you get like... Sometimes you get a world that has just like all the biomes all over. It's like not hard to find things. And then you get one that's just like ocean everywhere. And it's hard to find land, and when you find land, it's all the same biome. It's like it's either all desert or all, you know, the same kind of thing. I'm actually going to land here and just check if there's any of those stray cats here. I'm not really going to like try and do the whole achievement yet, but I just want to see if I can find any. I've noticed, because I'm not 100% sure how to do this, I've never actually done this. You just sneak up to them, I'm guessing. You stand still until they come to you. I know if you just run up to them, they run away. But then if you sneak, you're too slow to catch up to them, so I don't know. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, that should now... In husbandry, we should have 1 of 11, okay. So it's like, let's not breed all of them. Let's just tame them. It'll get really hard to keep track of which ones you've done. Iron, yes please. Most of the time these village chests don't have anything that you want anymore. In the previous village generation you would get, like, you could basically skip half of the game's progression if you lucked out on what village you got. I guess we can take horse armor since can't make it. Not that a horse is going to be very useful for us on our island because they dog slow over the water. This is also quite a cool building style. Like, it's very simple. They just use stripped logs and this is where I was before. No, it's not where I was before. It's just like stripped logs and planks, but because of the snow, it makes it look a little bit better. So the layers of snow on the buildings actually give it a bit more character. I guess a brewing stand is useful enough. There's some surface lava somewhere here, I think. Oh, there's a black one. Oh, you caught the rabbit. Clever kitty. Not clever enough to come and get the fishies. I actually recently adopted a black stray like this. Why are you running away? I wasn't moving fast. I got the black one. Let's grab our bed before bad things happen. I feel like I heard an enderman. Oh, I guess it's the ender chest doing that. Silk touch, yes. So we've got black and I don't know what that other one is, just a regular ginger one, I guess. I don't necessarily intend on finding all the cats, but I think after staying in our base for so long for the first half of the stream, we might as well do something that's a little bit outside. I think this is where I came into the village, yes. Okay. Maybe I put it away again. Is that the... No. No, I should probably see which way is north because I'm going to go in completely the wrong direction now. Yes. So I think we probably have to... So this is obviously spruce forest or taiga or whatever. I don't necessarily know if it says like whatever, taiga hills or mega taiga. So this is like snowy tundra. Oh, actually, if this is snowy tundra, we need what's it? Strays. I think that's what they're called. I don't think we've killed one of those yet. Another village. This one is. We need, is that a drowned? Oh no, that was a drowned. We need, I guess it's a skeleton spawn. Right, skeletons spawn as strays in these biomes. So we should probably not have slept right away. Since we're here, we might as well check what's here. Braid is good. Obsidian that you don't have to mine is good. I hate leaving things behind because I normally want to take the chests, but since my inventory isn't full, I'm going to end up with all that armor and stuff, which I don't want. We'll just have a brief check to see what else is here. Is that a bunny rabbit? Cows. It's quite funny. They spawn in regular blocks and it came as diorite and coal. Oh, they actually put a cobblestone fence in to make it look like a chimney. Beetroot we didn't have, but we do now. Snow block we don't really have a use for. That's quite funny. This looks like warm ocean, but it's right next to ice. Somebody was saying that. Ooh. Polar bears are one of the things that you have to breed, right? Do you have a friend? Is you ready for some speed dating? Is this, oh, this is the actual, their houses. Like it feels kind of mean, but like the blue ice is pretty valuable. Almost want to take it. Almost. I feel like putting beetroot soup in a chest inside, and well, I guess we don't need that. Inside an igloo is not gonna be very appetizing. Is beetroot soup better cold than hot? I don't know. I don't really eat beetroot, so I don't have any idea what beetroot soup tastes like. Hot or cold. See, if you look at the lighting of this ocean, I'm pretty sure this is warm ocean. Lukewarm ocean, yes. Let's go that way. Doesn't make sense for there to be all this ice inside lukewarm ocean. Somebody was trying to say that the biomes kind of make sense. There's like some kind of like temperature differential, and then the biomes are based off of that. But I don't agree with that, because like if that were the case, you shouldn't be seeing lukewarm ocean and with icebergs in them. Oh, they're having a serious discussion about life and zombies. Lectern, bookshelves. I think we're fine for bookshelves. We can trade them. So, ooh, we don't have that one. We have the more ginger looking one, and there's a Siamese, and there's a white one. We don't have enough fish for this. I think most people end up with like what's the mixed one? I think that's the rarest one, so people end up with that one last. Oh, that cat's almost as big as I guess a cat is almost as big as a baby. Oh, that's the one? Is that the jelly one? Where'd you go? There you go. It's like a mixed tabby. What are they called? Wait. You were coming for the fish and you ran away. Oh, did he see the rabbit maybe? And he was like, oh, there's something interesting. There you go. Oh no, I ran out of fish. This is like a cat gold mine. It's like, have you heard the story? I saw it in a documentary or something. I don't know how credible it is, but apparently the reason why ginger cats are like all over the world is because the Vikings used to use them on their ships to catch the mice and stuff. And obviously in doing so, they spread them far over. And when I say far over, I mean, you know, in Europe and the Northern Hemisphere, which at that time was like all over the world for them. And apparently the genetic diversity of those, like the domestic short-haired ginger cats, is not very much because of that. And so that's why you'll see, if you look at most ginger cats, or even the other tabbies, like the grey tabbies and so on, they have a marking on their forehead. If you look at their stripes, it almost looks like an M. So there'll be lines going like to the side and then to the middle, and they kind of have that. And all my cats, all my tabby cats, have that same pattern. In fact, two of them I got together. They were from the same litter, and when they were small, they looked identical. Like you couldn't tell them apart. I had to put different color collars on them so that I could tell them apart. Now that they're older, they're significantly different. Like you can easily spot them. But back then you couldn't. And if you look at like, you know, somebody else's cats or whatever, right? Like any cats, you'll see those same patterns. And apparently it's got something to do with that. So because they kind of came from the same, you know, kind of geographic region, they're actually quite similar. And they pretty much all have the same patterns. I'm not going to hang around here when the sun goes down because I want a stray to spawn so I can kill it, because that is one of the things that I'm missing. So I'm not 100% sure. It's under adventure. So what I thought I was missing of the 6 is I haven't killed a Wither, I haven't killed a Guardian or Elder Guardian, so that's 3. And I haven't done a raid, so I've killed Pillagers, but I haven't killed the Evokers, the Vindicators, or the Ravagers. So that's another 3. So that's 6 that I just mentioned that I haven't killed yet. And there's 6 left. So either I've killed one of those somewhere that I can't remember, which I don't know which one that would be. Best bet is a maybe a Guardian at some point. Like maybe when I was going by in a boat or something, I might have killed a Guardian, but I don't think so. And the interesting thing is, if I think about it, I don't think I've killed a Stray either. Are they called a Stray? The skeletons that spawn on ice. I see them so infrequently that I never know what they're called. But this it should be in any biome with snowy in the name. So this is snowy tundra, so it should be here. Now maybe just to prevent chaos later down the line, I should do this, put the bed down so that I can sleep on it when I need to. And I should get my bow out and keep this hill clear. I think there's also something to do with the Y height. I think they only spawn above Y45 or something. But I think ground level is high enough. I don't think it'll be a problem. So there's a skeleton. I don't want to move around too much, because if you move around, then more things spawn. That's a stray. Your creeper friend saved you. Okay, so if we check the 1920, okay, so that does count. So then the only thing that I can think is that we killed a Guardian somewhere that I wasn't aware of. It's a good thing I did that, because I would have missed the stray then, otherwise. I'm not entirely sure what they count there. They count. I think there's some stuff that they don't count at all, and then other things that they. I don't know. I didn't make a list of all of them, and I think Chaos also mentioned that he was looking for a list, and there doesn't seem to be like one definitive list. On the wiki they just say all the monsters, and then they have a page with all the monsters, but then they list things like spider jockeys and you know, chicken jockeys and all this kind of stuff, which obviously doesn't count towards, it just counts as killing, you know, you're killing the zombie or you're killing the chicken, depending on which one you kill. The spider jockey is just a skeleton and a spider, right? You don't have to specifically have a spider jockey spawn so you can kill it, because you don't kill it as one mob, you kill the spider or you kill the skeleton. So we actually want to be going north, but it doesn't look like there's anything going on over here in the north. Not even a wall or nothing. Is that land? Nope. I'll keep an eye on my rockets, but if I run out I can always just land, and I have more rockets in my ender chest than I brought with me, so I should be able to get back. And now it seems to just be generating chunks. Let's give it a minute, because it is set to 32 chunks, so it should be doing like a diamond shape. Okay, more swamp. So this is jungle, right? Is it jungle or is it birch forest? No, it's just birch forest. I'm looking for the tall trees. There's plenty of these forests that have like almost like a full canopy. But at some point, I think when the texture for the leaves changed, it became kind of hard for me to tell some of these like birch tree leaves or oak tree leaves if they're tightly clustered apart from jungle trees. Maybe it's also just a resolution thing. Looking for, I must keep an eye out for the thick spruce trees, because I think mega taiga is one of the biomes that you have to find, and it can kind of look similar to the other ones, so have to keep an eye on it. I'm trying to go higher a little bit so that we can see a bit further. This doesn't look like mega taiga because I don't see any double. Is that a double tree? We don't need to land, we just need to fly through it, I guess, for the advancement. I'm going to slow it down a little bit so it can catch up with the terrain generation. Does this count as ice spikes? Yes, this calls this ice spikes, so that should count. We'll have to check once we go back how many we found. I think we were on like 20 or 43 or whatever it is. I think we've probably found one or two more now. Another village. I'm not going to land at that village. There isn't really anything I need to do there because I don't have any more fish to get the cats. Oh, there's foxes. Oh, we had the berries. We should have taken the berries with us. Oh, actually, let's check something. There's plenty of berries here. Maybe we can. I think they kind of have to be sleeping for you to, if I remember correctly, because they tend to run away faster than you can catch up to them. So I think in general, if you want to breed the foxes, I don't have to tame the little fox. Actually, now that I think about it, what have we bred? 2. So we just bred. I think we bred cows, obviously, because we have a cow farm, and I think we bred. What was it? We bred something. It might actually have been foxes because we found them somewhere. Oh, that music stopping the whole time is so annoying. So this would be south. Let's see if we can find them. I don't think we'll be able to tame them, but or breed them. We don't need to tame one. The problem with breeding them is you need 2 of them together For that, they basically have to be sleeping. Because they don't, yeah, even if you have food, they don't. Yeah. We'll have to do that at night, I think. Okay. Should be north? Yes. Pillager outpost. Pillager outpost in one of these forests is kind of like the worst because it's very hard to clear them out. What's over there? No, nothing. I thought this would be a river that I could follow, but it just ended. Is that how the actual ravine looks? Oh yes, it is. I thought it was like blocks not generating. Let's go high up, maybe we can see a little bit more. We found some of the rare ones like sunflower plains and so on. So the problem if you go too high is that you have to look down and then you keep going faster and faster. You have to keep going up to break your speed. Savannah. Ooh, wait a second. There we go. Savannah. Some desert stuff. There we go. So we've been going like north the whole time, so let's go east now. And the thing is, we're not looking for a rare biome now, we're just looking for jungle. Right, jungle's not supposed to be this rare. At least not to my understanding. I'm just gonna follow the coastline because yeah, jungle's not gonna spawn in the ocean. The thing with Minecraft generation is like it's kind of novel that every world is unique, but even in a little expedition like this, Oh, we have to check this because... No! I didn't mean to right click there. The mouse stuck to my hand. We need a notch apple. It's the last thing we need to eat. So... this is one of the places we can get it. So if we see a desert temple, we have to go in. It's mandatory at this point. And I might even not bother with anything else. Yep. Regular golden apple, I'll take it, but that's not what I'm looking for. Mending book I can get pretty easily. I might take it. Let's get, what do we have the most of? Can we need a block to get out. Diamond is probably useful. So let's grab all the sand we can. And all the gunpowder we can. TNT, I don't know if that's that useful actually. Okay, and then we can use the sand to get out, I think. So this is west, we need to go east. Aren't there stairs here? Yeah. Village isn't gonna have any notch apples. It's dark forest. Is it dark forest? Yes, looks like it. More dark forest. I guess we basically need desert for desert temples. Or jungle for bamboo. Sunflower. Oh man. I think the exploration part of Minecraft is the part that I like the least, because after a while, so that, I mean, they've added so many biomes, there's all kinds of cool stuff, but like when you're looking for one specific thing and you don't find it, you realize how similar everything becomes. Like if you're looking for something specific and it doesn't show up, you just get so frustrated that you almost get tired of seeing the things that you're not looking for. This is just ocean, this is not helping me. These look like the big trees. So this is Mega Taiga, I'm sure. Giant Tree Taiga Hills, yes. So this is Mega Taiga, so now we've found that as well. There's nothing from here that we need, we just need to go through one so that it registers. So this is north, okay. Well, we can keep going north, I guess. Oh, generation's catching up. Village with a church. Okay, this is really far away, so what I might do is I might just yoink their bell because I doubt that I'm going to come here again and need to do anything raid related. So I'm not necessarily planning on building a raid farm, but if I do, I don't want to grab one of the bells from the villages near me. Where's your bell village? Right here. Okay, let's make some space by popping some things that we want to take back in here. Golden apples, these diamonds, emeralds, this. I don't even know why we have that. The blue ice we can take. This and that. That can go in there. The books can go in the bottom. The chests. I have the berries for, I guess, breeding foxes if we find one, but I doubt that we will. The sand will keep. And then what I'm going to do is get rid of that. I don't even know why I have that. That's from the temple. And then the shulker box can go back there. And that should sort us out. And then I think I'll just carry on. This is north. Sure, why not? Still no jungle. So if we eventually find a jungle with bamboo or bamboo jungle, whatever the biome's called, I'll probably have to harvest some bamboo and stay there long enough to breed some pandas, because I'm not going looking for a bamboo jungle again. So we actually can't get the... if we just find the jungle with a little bit of bamboo in it, that's going to be problematic because that won't have pandas. What we can also do is, if we just need the bamboo, if we don't find the proper bamboo jungle, the pandas and everything, we can find regular jungle and then fish if there's water. And I believe there's a chance to find bamboo from fishing in a regular jungle. That'll give us the bamboo at least, then we can grow it and make scaffolding from that. But then we won't have the pandas, which will be a shame. Sometimes these villages generate, like with a lot of these, like where the roads go into the water and it makes like these docks. And they can be really nice to defend from a raid, because the raid usually comes from like the outside. And you can kind of stay close to the water side, or sometimes there's even buildings inside the water and you can stand on the roof of those buildings, and it's highly defensible. Let's go for the desert, at least then we have a chance to get some desert temples as well. Hey, Amused Inc., thank you for the follow. I hope everything is still streaming correctly on Mixer. It's usually a little bit quiet there. And sometimes the viewer count also doesn't show up. I'm not sure how they calculate that, so... If you're here and you're just not showing up in the viewer count, I greet you. If you're not, I'm talking to myself because I'm crazy. There are worse things to be. Okay, this looks like it's going to be a little island thing, so... Oh, look at that, I'm not pressing anything. It was walking, it's flying through the ground technically, but it looks like it's walking. Oh, I don't know why that doesn't show up in my other chat. I see it. I see it in the overlay. I'm looking for a jungle because I need bamboo to make scaffolding. I know it seems pretty mundane, like it's just a block to build with, but I've I've used up a stack of flight duration 3 um, rockets, and I haven't found anything resembling a jungle. I mean, so our base is at spawn, and we're at 7,000 minus 13,000. So we're probably about, I don't know, 16, 17,000 blocks away. And we haven't been flying straight either. So I mean, I've gone a long time looking for a jungle before. Like I've had hard looks for them before, but I don't think I've gone this far before. Usually I just go like a few thousand blocks in one direction, and then I get it eventually. No, this is Java Edition on PC. It's 1.14.4 on Java Edition. But it is vanilla. There's no mods or anything. So this is kind of as close to Bedrock Edition as you can get. Although there are obviously, I think there's some differences between the two versions anyway. Ooh, I see. That might be why. Looks like the chat overlay crashed. Sorry, so I'm not getting your messages, but I'm seeing it on I'm monitoring the stream on this side, so I'm able to see it. Yeah, I'm assuming you are watching on Xbox as well. I think that's one of the oh, hi Shaped Galaxy. I think that's one of the smarter things that Microsoft did when they acquired Beam, was to put it on. I mean, that's why they did, is because they wanted it to be on Xbox, and it's really given them an edge there. But yeah, I mean, is this a regular golden apple? Hey, Six Artifact, thanks for the follow. This is Java Edition. So, and this is a hardcore challenge, another regular golden apple. So, and yeah, unfortunately, having help is kind of contrary to the challenge. I don't know if the Realms is supposed to have. I think Realms is cross-platform, but if I'm not mistaken, the Realms that's cross-platform on PC is the Windows 10 edition, it's the Bedrock edition one. I don't think there's a way to ooh, I just realized something. My Elytra is not going to last for me to go back. That is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to head back. Yeah, on Xbox you don't have to worry about that, because you can just form a group, a party or whatever, and then it'll match you against each other. But to be fair, Microsoft have been good about it. They have created Realms to be cross-platform, and most games aren't cross-platform between like the different consoles either. How far away am I? I'll have to fly straight back, which means I'll have to take out my compass to do this. There's pretty much no way I'm gonna get there unless I go straight back. So let's put that away. We'll need this, and then we can put this away. Ah, there's a little bug flying in my face. It's not leaving me alone. That was Silk Touch. I'm waiting for it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we'll just fly as directly as we can. We also have to be as efficient as possible with our elytra. Wow, that's bad lag. What's going on here? Okay. So we have to go that way. Now this is going to be a challenge if I don't get close enough. Let's see how far we are. 7,000 and 13,000. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't take the new rockets out. It should be fine. Let's go just fly a little bit faster. I'll use up these 2 rockets and then I'll set down to get more. Watch now, as I go back, I'm going to end up... We didn't go into this one, did we? No, I don't think we did. We did go into a temple, but I don't think it was this one. Nope. Take the diamonds and the iron, but we really just need a notch apple. That's really the only thing we need from these. Okay. Might as well check if we go past them. I mean, we're going past them anyway. It's not likely we're going to come back. So I should be good with 1 stack of rockets. I'll go directly. And then that should be the direction. Yeah, so what I'm doing is the hardcore Minecraft 100 challenge. So I don't know if Bedrock Edition has hardcore mode. So what it is if you look at my difficulty, it's locked to hard. I can't change it. And on top of that, if I die, I don't respawn. So if I die, the only option I have is to delete the world. And what I'm trying to do is get every single advancement in the game. So if you have like your normal advancement where you would progress through to the Ender Dragon and that kind of thing, I'm trying to get every one of them. And there's a couple of them that are hidden that they don't show it to you here, but you can get. I'm trying to get those as well. So for example, this one shows you have every potion effect applied at the same time. So that's everything that you can get from a potion. You can also, there are also effects that you can't get from a potion. You know, like mining fatigue when an Elder Guardian hits you and things like that. And you have to have, I think there's about 26 or 27 of them. You have to have all of them applied at the same time. That's one of the advancements. So it's basically doing all of that, but also in hardcore mode. So, you know, if you die, you have to start over, basically. And you won't see it on Mixer. There's an overlay on Twitch that you can click on to see my progress. But I think I'm currently at about I think at 65% or 70%. So I've done quite a lot of them, but they're obviously the ones that I still have to do, the ones that are left are the harder ones. I have to do things like I have to survive the raid. I have to get all the potion effects or all the effects. I also have to get. I have to do Hero of the Village. I have to. Actually, the hardest one is the getting all the effects. As part of that one, you have to do a whole bunch of the other ones. So, Hero of the Village is one of the effects, and also Bad Omen is one of the effects. So, to do that, you have to do a raid at least twice, because you have to do it once to get the Hero of the Village, and another time to get the Bad Omen. But then there's also killing every type of mob, hostile mob. There's breeding all the animals together, so you have to find pairs of all the animals. That takes a while. There's finding every biome, so you have to be inside every biome. Luckily, oh, there we go. I didn't want to fly too fast with the chunks ungenerated, because that tends to cause problems. A pretty big dark forest. I don't know why my music is giving me so much trouble. Let me see if I'm worried that some launcher is updating or something. We're having this discussion in another stream earlier. Basically, the streamer was defending the Epic Games Store, right? And there's people have a lot of opinions about the Epic Games Store. Personally, I don't like exclusivity deals. I never have. There's a lot of games that I wanted to play on Xbox or on PlayStation or on PC, and I would quite often have to buy. For most of my life, I've had, quite a few consoles, because, I'm a pretty big Final Fantasy fan, so I would usually have PlayStation for that, and there's a couple of games that's on Xbox only, and so then you have to buy Xbox, and then there's a whole bunch of games that's PC only. But I mean, that I understand a little bit more, because it's a little bit easier to develop for PC than for consoles. And on top of that, they would have they started doing things where, like, PlayStation in particular, Sony had liked to do this, have PlayStation exclusives. So at least that wasn't so bad, because you could still get the game on the other platforms. But if you played a game like Destiny or something like that, let me just deal with this husk. Oh, and he gave me hunger. If you play a game like Destiny, there would be certain weapons and certain maps, and usually a raid that was only available to PlayStation players. And it was a timed exclusive, so it was exclusive only for a certain duration. But I remember the exclusives that was on PlayStation for Destiny. I think the exclusivity ran out about the time that Destiny 2 was about to come out, and basically nobody was really playing Destiny 1 anymore. So if you have a timed exclusive that runs until, like, after your game is no longer being played, then it's effectively a permanent exclusive. I normally just leave one block not filled in, so that if I come back, I'll know that I've been here. Let's swap around for that one. Most things should have died in the sun now. And then we need to be going that way. My Elytra. Let's see how close we are. Oof. Not close enough. At the next night I'll have to land and fight things to repair my Elytra, I think. Or we'll have to run the last bit because I don't want to break this Elytra. I'm not so worried about the rockets anymore, actually. It's more the Elytra. I might actually have to go and get another 1 or 2 Elytras, just so that this isn't so much of a problem anymore. 66 already. There's a campfire there, so there's a village. I don't actually know if the Elytra wears faster if you fly slow or if you fly fast. So like if I fly fast up and then gradually bleed speed going this way, is that gonna last longer? Or is it just time in the air, in which case going fast would be better? Okay, it doesn't look like flying faster makes it break any faster. I'll obviously use more rockets, but I think going faster is the way. Ground. There's a big ocean. .38. We're still 2,500 and 5,000 away. 15. We have a bed though, so we will get back safely either way, but I prefer to fly as much of the way as I can. When we get to 5, we're gonna have to stop using it. So the elytra comes off. We have a bow, we have a bed. So it looks like we're running the rest of the way. I underestimated how far I'd have to travel for this. I kind of want to end my stream normal time, but I'm not going to end it while I'm out in the wild, so I'll have to get back first. Ocean, okay. Should have maybe pulled the boat out and have been using the boat when we were going over the ocean to spare our elytra a bit, but it's okay. If there's a big enough open ocean, we should make good time. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. How does like a 5-minute audio track should only be like a meg or two? It can't take this long to buffer. Let's see. Dolphins. Did you do something wrong? Probably, but I'm not aware of it. I might have to go this way around. I'm going to try and stick to the ocean so that I don't have to run, because I think it's faster doing this than running. Why do you ask if you did anything wrong, Slimobber? Oh, no, my chat. So I'm streaming on all 3 platforms, and I have a separate chat instance that lets me see the chats from all 3, and that thing crashed, except they didn't say that it crashed. It was just showing the same thing. So I wasn't seeing chat for probably a long while. Eventually I noticed in my OBS overlay that there was messages coming up there from Mixer that I wasn't seeing in my chat, because I keep checking over. If you see me look left, that's me looking at my other computer to look at the chat. And there was just nothing there. And then I realized that it was doing that. And then when I tried to refresh it, whatever, the Chrome told me that the browser tab is not responding. And I was like, yay, thanks for telling me it's not responding when I notice it's not responding. It would be better for you to tell me when I don't notice it. So sorry, no, that's a technical issue. Ooh, I don't want Bad Omen now. I'm going back home. Also, can I go? No, I need to be going that way, so I'm gonna ignore them and just go this way. Oh yeah. So it might have even been before that. The last message I see. Well, I refreshed, so now I don't have history anymore. But I only have chat now up to where Shaped Galaxy and 6 Artifact came in from Mixer. So anything before that I didn't see. And I can't remember what the last Nitro sent me a message at some point. It is small on the screen here in like the little thumbnail that I have in the background. Like there's a little thing in the corner here. but it's like a 720p thing that's been resized down to a couple of inches, and the text message, the chat pop-ups in them are even smaller. So I eventually noticed that there was something moving there, but I couldn't read it. So sorry about that. That's not intentional. I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't see the message at all. I normally try and keep the chat on my main PC, which is why I play in windowed mode. But I was having issues because it's behind the game window, and then I also struggle to see it. So I thought if I put it on a separate screen, then it's easier to see. But obviously having the issue of it stopping and me not noticing, like, that also doesn't help. Although if I had it on the same PC, I probably also wouldn't have noticed that it stopped, because it didn't say that it stopped responding. Normally what happens is the chat sometimes disconnects, and then the screen just goes red. Like, you just see the whole screen go red, with like a warning, and then I refresh it and then it works again. But in this case it didn't. It actually it hung, so it just did nothing. It just looked like there was no chat. I just thought everybody was quiet, like they often are. Because Nitro did say he was working. So like right at the start when he joined the stream, he was like, you know, I'm at work, so I'm just gonna lurk. Oh no. No. If I see a message, I'll respond to it. If I'm not responding to it, it means I haven't seen it yet. In fact, sometimes you'll see me, if I'm like running around, I'll just stop and you'll see me look left and I'll read it, which I probably shouldn't do in hardcore, because that's usually when creepers sneak up on you and cause bad things to happen. A lot of streamers have learned the hard way that even if you just want to read a chat message, you should like you know, hard pause the game while you do it, just in case. I have gotten into the habit of pausing like this. So this is paused now. You'll see my mouse cursor. That's how you know it's paused. Because it says game paused behind the bar, but you don't see it. But I can very clearly see that it's paused. No, after I think I was there when Button left on a break, standing outside his mob farm, and his mob farm was designed in such a way that basically nothing could get out. He used carpets and slabs in such a way that baby zombies can't get out, you know, chickens can't get out, nothing. The only way that things could get out was if a chicken jockey spawned, and he died against the wall, then the baby zombie had a chance to land outside the wall of his mob farm, or the opening of his mob farm, and that was the only way that like anything could get out. And just as he left for his break to have lunch, the baby zombie got out because the chicken died, but it had a shovel in its hand, so it was doing less damage, and it was like walking around a little bit, and every once in a while was hitting him, and it was killing him so slowly. You could see chat like getting like super hyped up, trying to like message him. People even tried to like tweet him to let him know that he needs to come back to his computer. He was at like, I think 70 something percent, 80% as well on ultra hardcore. And eventually the baby zombie killed him, and everybody was just sitting there waiting for him to come back, like you could see. And then when he came back, you just see the death screen, and he was like, what happened? He couldn't believe it. He had to like people clipped it, and he had to go back and watch the clip so that he could see how he died. It was terrible. So after seeing that, I don't even AFK fish. I do fishing, but I don't leave my computer. I only do AFK fishing when I'm sitting at my computer. So I mean, technically it's not AFK fishing; it's just automatic fishing. But what I'll do is I work on a laptop and I work from home. So during the day, I'll set up the AFK fish farm so that it starts fishing, and then I'll move my keyboard out the way and put my laptop where my keyboard is, and then I'll work right in front of the screen. So if anything were to happen, if if something spawned, if something wasn't working correctly with the mending, so that I would lose the fishing rod or something, I would pick it up and I'd be able to intervene. Because the fishing rod isn't too much of a deal, right? You can always make a new one. But early on, when like that fishing rod, like the start of this world, I had the problem where I was on an island without any sheep, and I didn't have a way to get it. Like there was ocean all around me. And so what I had to do basically was use the string that I got from spiders, the little bit that I got, to try and make a bed so that I could sleep, because I couldn't sleep either. So I had phantoms outside. I couldn't go out at night because of all the phantoms, and I couldn't, I didn't really have any string to spare. So when I used 2 string to make a fishing rod, I didn't want it to like break, because that would be a major issue. Obviously, eventually I got mending on it, and then it wasn't so much of an issue. But basically, I was trying to get a mending fishing rod as soon as possible, because even if I don't have the other enchantments, once I have a mending fishing rod, I should be able to fish until I get one, or get all the other stuff and combine them. But I had to go through 3 fishing rods to get a mending fishing rod, so I had to actually craft 3 with string. And yeah, that was a fairly tedious process. I mean, considering that it's on stream, right? So, and I only stream for like 2 hours normally. So if you end up with like 6 or 8 hours of not getting it, you have 4 streams of not leaving your house. So that's not great. And so I'm very careful with stuff like that, because I lost my previous world to a stupid mistake, and I'm trying not to make stupid mistakes anymore. Or at least I still make stupid mistakes, but I'm trying not to die to the stupid mistakes. I started off making a lot of stupid mistakes. When I first started playing hardcore, I was having issues with everything, like things that normally you don't even think about. You don't even bother with it too much. In hardcore, they kill you. Like when you're on a horse, they can step up 1 block or 2 blocks, and that makes it easy to move faster and whatever. But it also makes so that you often run under blocks that suffocate you. And also what happens is the cave generation, like especially, I think it's from, I don't know if it's from 113 onwards or 114 onwards, but I've noticed it lately, and when I played in 111 and 112 before, I didn't really notice it so much. The cave generation tends to come quite close to the surface now. There were always caves like quite close to the surface, but they seem to penetrate the surface quite often, especially near villages. For some reason, like if you go to a village, more often than not, there's a cave somewhere right underneath the village. Actually, not underneath the village, in the village. There'll be a section of the village where if you walk there, you'll fall into a cave. So like these kinds of things happen a lot more. This is like a ravine kind of, but it's right at the surface. It's just too high up to look like a ravine. And when you get a horse in hardcore, like early on, and you start running around, you fall in these things all the time. and a lot of the times there's skeletons and stuff in there, and you die pretty easily to them. If you're not expecting to fall, and you have like, you know, iron armor or no armor on, you fall in one of those. If there's two skeletons and they're shooting at you, chances are you're gonna die. You'll see them. It's kind of all over. It's kind of convenient. Like later on, when you have decent gear, it's convenient. It's just a cave that you can go into without having to dig. But at the start of the game in hardcore, man, it can be quite frustrating. I think this is the ocean around our base island, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. Well, I might just be optimistic now. Nope, looks like we're close enough. We actually ended up going more or less the same direction, I guess. Yes, so that's our island there. Yeah, I mean, horses should be convenient, but I haven't found them to be. I tend to just wait for an elytra and then just fly. Even though the elytra uses, like, you know, fuel, so to speak, I'd rather use an elytra than a horse because there's just stuff in the way. So okay, so now we're still a little bit far north. Should be able to go around. I think that's our island. You went to get food? Are you? I thought you were in South Africa. You're not in South Africa. Because if you are, it's past midnight. Is that like a midnight snack? I'm constantly being told, look at that. Look at this interesting cave. That goes nowhere. That's kind of cool. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Like, I think it would make a lot of mechanics obsolete, though. But obviously, you would need to make it. You'd need to make it difficult. Oh, this is where I had to huddle right at the start. This is like my first shelter. This is literally a cave, and I just blocked both sides off. Good old World 2 Part 1. Do not miss those days. Now I'm just getting in the boat for no reason. I could have just swam, but... Okay, that was quite stressful. We went quite far. We actually ended up going more or less this... What? How did that hit me? Can I get rid of this? There we go. We ended up going more or less the same direction as we went for the Woodlands Mansion, except we didn't go quite as far. Okay, now we basically just have to unpack all this. We got a whole bunch of things in here. Let me grab this shulker box. We have a sand chest somewhere here. Can I put... What of these do we have? I guess chiseled and cut can go over here. I guess this is kind of food. Where's this shulker box? I'm gonna put this back in here. Brewing stand can go over here. I don't think we're going to need much potions for anything else, but we'll have to brew a whole bunch of things later for the advancement that has all that stuff. Some of these books can go in there, but let's first grab some stuff out of here. So these can go there, gunpowder and the iron and the obsidian we have a space for. Quick charge and power can go to the... we had... I think we put the golden apples here, and we put the horse armor here. We have some iron and gold horse armor. I think that's all we're gonna need. I think we'll need more than that. Yeah, you can get Bad Omen to Bad Omen 6, and then what it does is it spawns in more waves of the raid when you do it. So normally if you're like on easy, I think, and you get Bad Omen 1, you would get 2 waves. And then every level adds another wave. But on hard difficulty, you already start with, I think, 5 or 6 waves. And so if you just get Bad Omen 1, you get 5 waves. If you get Bad Omen to all the way to 6, I don't know if it adds it on so that you get 11 waves, or if it just you have to go all the way to 6 to get it up from 5 waves or 4 waves or whatever it is to whatever the maximum is. But I mean, it's handy if you have like a raid farm, if you have a something that basically kills most of the mobs for you. The more waves you get, the better. So you might as well stack all the Bad Omen you want, and then once you do the raid, the chances of you getting more emeralds and stuff is higher. I had ice somewhere, but I can't remember where I ended up putting it. So here, it was here, but it was regular ice. Chest can also go here. Okay, well, I'll definitely have to mend my elytra. My tools isn't too bad. I can finish mending that. I think I'll AFK fish to get that. And I'll put the bell here for in case I need it later. And I feel like I should keep the berries here. I'm gonna have to make a list of the things that I need to keep for breeding things. So I just want to have a look quickly before I end the stream. We flew around a little bit, so we want to see. I want to see how many. 32 of 42 biomes. So there's 10 more to find. I don't actually know which ones we still need to find, so that's going to be annoying to try and figure out. I think what we'll do is when we do plan to finish it, we'll make a list of all 42, and then we'll just check them off separately on our own list, because this doesn't tell you which ones you're missing. Because otherwise we're going to end up with one, we're not going to be sure what it is, and we're just going to be flying around forever and ever and ever. Let's see, what else do we have? Totem of Undying we'll get when we do the raid. So we still have to do the we'll have to do a drown farm or go exploring in the oceans. That's going to be a little bit frustrating, but there is ocean all over, so that might actually be easier to just go and do it rather than make a drown farm, but it takes a while, so we might have to spend a whole stream or maybe 2 streams doing that, so that's annoying. That's done. What we might do is spend some time in the nether. We haven't been to the nether much. There's a nether fortress right near our portal. It's not very big though, but we can get 3 nether wither skulls just to get the the Nether Star. We can maybe start setting up a beacon somewhere near our base where we want to do the all the effects. I'll probably end up putting a couple of beacons down to get all the effects, just to make the timing a little bit easier. These ones are just exploring and making lists, and that's all done. So no new advancements today, but we did. If we had found a notch apple, we would have gotten this one. The notch apple is the last one that we need there, and we can't craft it, so we have to find it. The other thing that we can do is we can go check the stronghold. We didn't explore the whole stronghold, and I think stronghold chests can also have notch apples in. So that's another thing that we can do in the next stream. I think the cats and the biomes will do together, because we're going to be flying around so much to do that. And I might end up doing those things last, because they're not that risky. It's just time consuming. We might have to start setting up a spot for the ghast in the nether as well. So we might go get the wither skulls in the next episode. We'll get the nether skulls, and we'll scout a spot for where we can build the portal to bring the ghast in. I'll probably end up making a large tunnel with 2 portals, and then slabbing as much as I can around it to stop ghasts from spawning there. I don't have to stop all spawns, I just want to stop ghast spawns, and that'll help me with that. So I think that's gonna be it for this stream. I'll have to fix up my elytra before I can do really anything else, because whether we go to the nether or anything else, we're gonna need the elytra. But there's a couple of options for the next stream where we can carry on. So I'll have a think about it, and I'll probably see what I feel like when I start. If I feel like going to the nether, I'll do those 2 things. If I feel like exploring the oceans, I'll try and get the drowned to get the trident. I might even feel like going to the Woodlands Mansion. I know it's really, really far away. I don't know how many thousand blocks, but it's at least 7,000 blocks away. And in order to do that, we might need to get a 2nd or 3rd elytra. I can see that this thing has stopped responding again, because I can see that there's a chat message there, but not here. So that probably means I've been missing messages again. Yes, it has crashed. Sorry, Kawaii Ryu. I've missed chat messages again. I'm sure of it. But I can see you had the Twitch PC Gaming hearts there, so I'll be back. I think I missed yesterday's stream, but I should stream for the rest of the week every night. I might still alternate a little bit between Minecraft and other things. What I'll probably try and do is do Minecraft every 2nd day, and then on the off days, I'll alternate between other things like Borderlands or Legends of Aria. But tomorrow I won't be streaming, because I have a meeting that ends usually after 10 at night, and so that's when I start streaming. So if I get you early enough, if I get you at like 9:30, between 9:30 and 10, I might stream. But yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Oh, great! No, because I saw a message on this side and not on this side, so that's why I thought, like, I didn't know how long it had been missing. So thanks for staying to the end, guys. I'll see if there's somebody else I can raid. But if you need to go, you need to do something else, feel free to. Don't feel bad if you can't join the raid. Let me check who's on. Oh wow, not a single channel I follow is online at the moment. I don't think that's happened to me since I started following people. Okay. I'm not too comfortable like rating somebody who I've never seen play or whatever before, so I'm not gonna take that chance. So unfortunately no raid. Thanks for sticking around, guys, especially the guys from Mixer. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Thanks for following. You should be able to see when I come on again. And have a great rest of your day or evening, depending on where you are. And good luck with work, Kawhi. Oh, sorry, Nitro's at work. Cheers, guys.